Hello and welcome to Daerik's Dojo. Now, for those of you that don't know, I do this event called the Wheel of Modeling sometimes. And as you can see, there's a wheel on the screen. I'm gonna spin it, an object is gonna be randomly selected, and I'm gonna have to model it as fast as possible with a time limit of 15 minutes. It's alright, Austin. Don't worry. But before that, I got a friend working with me on the studio, and he asked for some help on smoothing an object in Blender. So, Bing, if you're there, what you need? I didn't quite understand the problem he was having. He said he couldn't. The smooth option was not working. And hi Marius, what's up? But like, you have a cube, nice, and you just Ctrl F, smooth, and it is smooth. Maybe he wants an auto smooth that is over here. I don't know, when he shows up then we can tackle that. So let's spin it and see what I have to do. Alright? Oh, there's a sound too, awesome, I didn't know. Hold on, let me see if I can mute it. It's not very nice on the ears. A stone casket, alright. Let's remove from the wheel. Behind that and start the timer. Now, first thing first, I gotta find the reference. So let's go over here on the internet and see what a stone casket looks like. Stone casket. Okay, we're going for the medieval style, so maybe try more like a medieval era. It's a medieval fantasy game. Everything is very simple except for those. They have a lot of ornaments in them. Yeah, those are gonna be really hard to texture. Maybe this will do. It's supposed to stand in the middle of the catacombs or tombs. You're actually going to, right? Come on, man. I can't show my face every time. You know how it is. Let's see, this one is also cool. But I was thinking something more like this, kind of like a table. Yeah. It opens up. So let's try and make this guy, but a little taller than it actually is. If you want to see my face, it is on my website. Unless if you want to start the timer after the research, that would be fine too. I'd much rather see you spend 15 minutes modeling than whatever time you got left after you've done the research. It's part of the work. I gotta do it as fast as possible, and research is included. But it only took me 2 minutes to find a good reference. So now let's do the shape. Here. So we start with a cube, and let's see, it was very long. A human being is usually 2 meters long. This is a 2x2. It's 1.8 actually in average. So let's make it 2 meters long. Reducing the top part by half. I have a 2x2x1, so let's reduce it on the y as well by half. Alright, now I need to make a separate part for the top, the lid. I'm gonna do that. How much is a meter tall though? Let's see. It's about my waist, so that's pretty high. I think I can make a new object for that. So let's delete for now the top face here. In fact, let's separate it so I can use, oops, this guy as the lid. move up a little bit. Let's include 2 loop cuts so that I can make them more like that roof-like shape, like so. Close it up there, close it up here. Nice. Seems a bit too tall. Let's recheck the reference real quick. Oops. Yeah, it's too tall. But instead of changing the size... Oh hey Bing! Sorry I started because you didn't say anything. But after I'm done with this casket, I can go ahead and solve your problem. Go ahead and plan how you're gonna explain to me what is going on. Let's add a loop cut here so that I can expand the base. Oops, I need the whole loop. For some reason it's not selecting it. There you go. It is still too tall. Alright, I guess I have no choice. Let's reduce it a bit. Alright. Center the origin there, center the origin here. That looks a lot better. Let's make this guy smooth. This guy is smooth as well. The shortcut is Ctrl F. And I'm gonna apply auto smooth too with 60 degrees. Like so. It's looking pretty good. Now the lid usually is not perfectly on top like I'm making it. So let's move it a tiny amount on top. It's cool because couldn't message because using Twitch after a long time, so I forgot my password and stuff. Alright, no problem. And let's apply a solidify on the main casket body. That's the wrong modifier. My mistake. Where can I can. Maybe another time. Okay, let me hide the top for now. This is not thick enough. Let's see, 10 centimeters. That's better. But since the scale is not applied, it was not even. Yeah, much better now. Let me just check something real quick. I don't want it to be like that. I just need a square, hollow. The inside just has to be square. It doesn't need to fall the bottom part. We have an image of your face asking for a specific purpose. Hold on. Go there, go to the about section, and there's a photo of me. Alright, so that's fine. The lid now, the bottom here, it's transparent, so let's close it off. No need to be fancy or anything. Fantastic. Now, it's still not touching. When I'm texturing this, I would add a normal for the edge over here, so it is kind of slanted, kind of like doing a bevel right now. And for some reason it's not working. It should work. Weird. What I can do instead is add an edge loop here, very close, and then like so, and that's gonna make sure the lid is not perfectly on top of the gasket. You see? Kind of look like they fit together. I should probably do the same for this part, and this one I can actually do a bevel, so like so. Yeah, nice. So that would be a casket. Well, since we have the time, let's apply the solidify here. In fact, let me undo the bevels I just did. Like so. Apply your rotation, close you off there, then apply the solidify. It might be worth actually modeling that. Let's see, 0.1 too much, 0.01. Perfect. And you too. 0.01. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have hard ops right now. So let me do it the hard way. Selecting those edges, those over here too, and mark them as sharp. We need the bottom as well. Like so. Do the same over here and over here. And over here. Alright, we got our casket. It only took me 9 minutes. Awesome. Let me just save this real quick. But yeah, Binge, you can explain to me what's your problem and I'll try and fix for you. Or show you what you need to do. The models, objects, this is the wheel of modeling, there's gonna be a bunch. So let's call it catacombs. Catacomb. Wheel of modeling. Missing a G there. Yeah. Oh, wrong spot. Anyway, that's fine. I can now stop the timer, reset it, and get ready to do something else. Your edges were sharp and the smoothing would not happen. That should not be true. Here. If I spawn the cube, we can agree it only has sharp edges. And if I smooth it out, I got some things turned on that don't make it look like it is very smooth, but yeah, you can see it tries. How do you remove the sharpness? What? No, he doesn't want it to be sharp. All those moves is gonna make it sharp. He wants it to be like this cube. Honestly, we're supposed to just set it to smooth and it should work. What might be happening is you have a lot of bevels like this and then it doesn't work. I mean, it still works, but is this what you have? Yeah, send me a picture of whatever you have. If I have a sphere here, and I set it to, or now it is flat shading, so you can identify every polygon. But if I set it to smooth, you can't. And you can only see the sharp edges here because cavity is turned on. And I don't remember where I turn it off. Here. Cavity, yeah. It's way smoother. If I set it back to flat, you can see the difference. Alright, time to spin the wheel again. Let's see, let's put this guy, these two, on a stone casket layer and hide them. Bring back the wheel of modeling and let's spin. I was hoping I would not have to do that. Candles are hard, they're mostly just sculpting, and I'm not good at sculpting. But what am I if not a challenger? Alright, let's hide that wheel and start the timer. Now, I don't think we have to look for references, at least for the start. I just need a cylinder, and I am gonna keep... Where am I? Now let's reduce it to 16. Vertices, my height. Set it to smooth. Now fix the size, the dimensions. Let's see, I guess a 20 centimeters tall candle would be alright. Then as for the width, I guess 5 centimeters. Oops. There you go. So there's our candle base. And now for the sculpting. Alright. Sculpt mode. Okay, I do have the brushes here. And where do I set it to? What's it called? Gin topo here. Oh, because it auto... Now when you spawn in an object, it has UV maps, a UV map already. So, okay, but why did you... What? It triangulated it in... It's something really strange. It just became sharp, what happened? Set it to smooth. Weird. I can de-triangulate it, but... Strange. I don't like that feature. Alright, in topo again. It doesn't let me. I can only use topo if the object is not smooth. Why? What did you do? Oh God. Why? No, let me show this on stream. There's a picture of me in the corner because I have it open. Hold on. Austin, what are you doing? Just create a petition for I don't know, man. People usually show more when I don't show my face. Anyway. What was I doing? Yes. Okay, I don't understand why I have to be in flat shade mode. Maybe is the matte cap? No. Weird. Clay. This is the size of the brush. Shift F is the hardness. Oops. It is lagging a little bit. Oh, dang, I didn't know I had, what's it called? Symmetry turned on. Starting off. More over here. Make an outline. And then I need to make a hole with blob should work. And I hold shift, I believe. No? Alt or control? Control. To do the opposite action. For some reason the size is not representing accurately. Oh, shift is smooth. Ah. Alright. Then I try to smooth it out. Holding shift. I may have gone a little too far, but that's fine. Smooth it out here too. Alright, back to clay. Nice, nice. Getting smaller. That looks pretty good. I should remove some more spots. So maybe clay works. Let's see. Kinda, not really, but kinda. Since I made the biggest drop here, I should remove most of it there. Candle? Yes, it is a candle. As determined by the wheel of modeling. Move it out. It's much faster than Blender 2.79, that's for sure. It's being handled much better too. Alright, let's use the crease now. To make some extra details. And that one is unnecessary. Just randomly spread. Okay, some of these I don't know. Fill. What? Inflate my work. Looking very nice. I have a very quick challenge for you on a thing I'm struggling with. Alright, I'm happy to try. Everything that can help you. Oh boy, blob is it's too much. Let's see, draw might do good. Yes. That looks good. Bring it up a little more here. It's not making too much sense. Maybe smoothing. Yeah. Yeah, and then the base, it also needs some oops. Give me the blob. Clay strips. Strange clay. Let me even smaller. There was something about this, the settings. Smooth shading, aha, there is a setting. Well, damn. Hold on. I'm just applying a big smooth brush. Awesome. Okay. Oops. Control. That's got one, right? Not so much. That's looking bad. I think the bottom should be more even. So what's your challenge, Austin? If you want to give me a preview so I can mentally prepare. Alright, I think that looks good enough. Except on top here. It's looking square for some reason. Check Discord. I'll go. Doing too much. Alright, now just gonna make the drips a little more, what's it called? More evident, more... I forgot the word. Detailed? No. Defined, yes. Hey, Silva, yay. Alright, 3 minutes to go, let's see. Oh. Bing sent me the pictures. But yeah, this would be the high, oh my god. The high poly candle, and for the low poly, let's go to object mode. I really should have duplicated that guy. Fortunately, I remember all the settings. It was 16, here was 0.2 by 0.005 and 0.005. More shaded. Just bring it up. Just bring it down, and I would have to make a hole on top there. We gotta make it even thinner to capture all the details. Yeah, like so. And then I try and model it around. Let's see. First, let's make sure that the rest is well set. Nice. And this guy. It needs to be this big. I know. I001. That should help. Yeah, a little bit. And I can... in fact, let's try using the shrink wrap modifier. It might do a terrible job. Let's see anyway. Alright, alright. Yeah, the top was just demolished. So something like that. Over here is not, it's not gonna work. There. Yep, and the timer is up. I was expecting an alarm, but yeah, then it's all about baking and UV unwrapping. Top of flow. You do love that add-on. Let me save. Let me mark those as Control M. Excuse me, Control M. What's going on? This one and this one, Control M. Why is it not? It's just M. Oh, it's just M. And this is the candle. Okay. First. Now let's see what's happening with Bing. And then I go see Austin's challenge. I gotta reset the clock too. There you go. So this is the picture Bing sent me of the low poly model of a gate we're making. And this is it. Technically smooth shaded. Doesn't look smooth shaded at all. It's very flat shaded binge. So what did you do? Did you, let's say this cube is the gate. Did you go into edit mode by pressing tab? Then press Ctrl F and smooth? Did you do that? You did. This doesn't make any sense. It looks like you have auto smooth turned on then. By mistake. So do the following, Binge. Go. You have the cube here, the gate. Go to this tab. I don't know what it's called. Object information. And you should see a normals panel. His entire model has sharps on it. Ah, you're right. Okay, I know how to fix it. He does have auto smooth turned on. So, for the sharpness to apply. So what you do, Binge. Nice sketch, Austin. This is your model. It has a lot of sharp edges. So select all of them, or at least the ones you don't want to be sharp. Press Ctrl E and clear sharp. Alright? Ctrl plus E. An alternative would be to turn off the auto smooth you have turned on, or increase the angle you have here. Usually 60 looks good. You might want to try 75, and from 90 degrees upwards it just doesn't work. It's useless. Alright, that should solve your problem. Very nice sketch, Austin. Yeah, everything is a sharp edge except that one over here, this one here. It's just a bunch of random sharp edges. I think Binge made the model in Maya, that's why. Awesome, glad I could help. Now let's see what's Austin's challenge for me. I need to make that. Wait, what? I need to make that. This is what I've got now. Okay. So this is what Austin has. A cylinder basically. And what he wants to do is this. The low poly was made, yeah, the low poly was made in Blender, but the... Okay, so I don't know how you mark them as sharp. I want to make this shape. Alright, sounds easy enough. Here's what you have to do, Austin. Let's go to Blender. And remove those panels, they are useless now. You got a cylinder here. Yours is higher poly. It's smooth. For that shape, you gotta duplicate your cylinder, alright? Squish a little bit, like so. Let me hide. Let me just move this guy to the side. The top and bottom will not be useful, so let's just delete them. Now you're gonna select one edge, preferably the middle one. You're gonna turn on auto smooth with Alt O and move it. In fact, I think it's gonna work better if I just select this vertex. Not really. Kinda. But let's see on the side view. That doesn't really help. Yeah, like so. Then you take the top, remove the, stop the proportional editing, disable that. Select the top as Z0. Alright, that's the shape you want, and then you just mix the two. Join them. Select this guy. Increase the scale just a little bit. Then you match. Oops. Then you match. How are you controlling that? What? Which part? The auto smooth? The shortcut is O. And I'm controlling with my mouse. I guess that's what you mean. Control E. Create your loops. Then Shift N. Yes. Because that's both inside and outside. Ctrl Shift N. Then same for here. And then you select this part, you extrude with E, and you bring it inside, like so. I use S, then Shift Z, so it doesn't scale upward. And of course yours keeps going. I don't know what to do about the inside though. You would have to, yeah, you'd have to duplicate this guy. Something like that. Let's see if that's the shape you wanted. And I turn over smooth, 60. Then you apply a bevel. Oh god. Okay, maybe don't apply a bevel. Maybe you do your own bevel over here. And you mark this guy as sharp. Maybe this one too. Oops. No problem. Yeah, that's pretty much what you asked. Alright, glad I could help. Now, let's keep going on the wheel of modeling. But now let me just check something real quick. Here. Where? Here. The wheel. Let's spin. Alright, I don't know what time it is for you. It is 7 p.m. for me, but yeah, have a good night, man. Thank you for your hard work. It's looking great. Alright, a metal gate. 2 a.m. Damn. Thank you for being here at such a late hour. Yeah, go get some sleep, man. Get some rest. A metal gate, so we can block some path on the catacombs. Okay. Let's start the timer. As usual, let's find a reference first. So we're looking for a metal gate. Specifically, an old medieval metal gate. Oh god. I was planning more like a fence. Was the image I had in my mind. Maybe tomb, old medieval metal gate. That's being way too specific. Ah. But yeah, that's what I had in mind. Something like that. Just a very simple gate. Did they have padlocks in the old ages? Yes, very brute ones. Very... they were super simple and big. Okay, so a gate like that should work. Maybe we don't need that part. Just a bunch of cylinders. And it's gonna need some more intricate art for the middle sections. Alright, sounds simple enough. Now a gate should be about 2 meters tall. I'm gonna need a cylinder for that. And since this is gonna be a bunch of fences, I'll have maybe 12. Yeah, 12 vertices. So it is already 2 meters long. I should reduce it a bit so they are kind of floating, and then the sides are bigger ones. And I reduce the width until it looks good. About this much. It is smooth shaded. And the top and bottom are sharp. Like so, alright. Now we need some extra art for it. I have an idea. Let's use the mirror modifier for the Z-axis. Z. And clipping. Bring it up, awesome. So then I can do this just once. A little more to the top. Then a little bigger too. Like so. Add 2 more, expand those. One more here. Bring it inside. Let's see the reference again. Perhaps I'll have more luck if I look for old metal fence gate. Let's see, yeah. Way more luck. A lot more luck. Very intricate patterns. Ah, I like this one. Some circles in the middle. Alright, that's too intricate. Yeah, this is what I had in mind. Those arrows are quite intricate. Let's make that shape. It's like a symmetrical curve. You guys can barely see it, right? Hold on. Open new tab. Oh, now it is big. No. Anyway, I know what I have to do. I can even do the array right now. How many would we have? Like 5 or 7? Let's say 7. 2 kind of works. Let's do 2.5. Maybe a little more. 3 I like. Alright. And now we spawn in a curve. Perhaps we got a one that is ready. Curly curve. Yes. And basically what I have to do is line this up here. Can I apply a mirror modifier on you? I can, oddly enough, but it doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to work. What if I make you... What if I give you some depth? Here. And a little more here. This to be full. Time's running out. Less than that. But yeah, the mirror is not doing anything. Spider dance. Even if I delete that, yeah, it just doesn't do it. Well, there's always another way. We can duplicate this guy, sx-1, and then select the 2 here. Alt M, no. Control E, no. Dissolve, no. We just need to join these two. F, not quite. Delete segment, no. Delete versus, no. I guess F is the one. And then we select both of them and dissolve. Awesome. Now just gotta bring you guys closer, and there you go. That's the shape. Centralize the origin. What you're making? I am currently making a old gate for a game. It's gonna be on some catacombs, like dungeons, to block paths. The game is a medieval fantasy, so that's what I'm basing the design on. I think they made SIs into a thing for scaling. It's called a line. I don't understand what you mean. Now I can turn this object into this curve. It is a curve still, into a 3D object. It didn't remember my shortcut. Dang. Object, where is it? Where select? No. Transform? No. No, it's making me lose time. Convert to, here it is. Convert mesh from curve. Yes, assign Alt C for that. And now it is a 3D object. It just has a little problem here. I need to close that. Then we can join the two, and oh, it's gonna ruin it a bit. That's fine. I'm gonna be a little less than 1, it seems. 9.9? 9? Oh, 0.99. 0.9. Too much. 0.92. 0.95. 0.96. 0.955. Perfect. Also, these two. Come on. Come on. Select the right one. There. Should be sharp. In 2.8, what do you mean by align? Looks like the auto smooth was disabled. 60 degrees. It's looking good. Yeah, and then I remove the last one. I need to make the arrowheads. Let's see. If I start with a cube, oh god. Hey. A very big cube for that matter. Let's turn off the clipping for now, just so I can move it up. Turn it back on. Alright, I want to turn you 45 degrees. Not quite what I had in mind. Really needs to be a cube. Like that. Then I can delete the bottom vertices, those. Bring those two a little closer. And connect. Ah, they're not aligned. That makes me worried. How do I make... I know. Let's first collapse this edge. Oh boy, 2 minutes. I mean 3 minutes. Those, cursor selected. Then this guy to cursor. This way is gonna be right in the middle. How do I get the to my main in 2.8 without the add-ons and such? Alright. Glad you found it, because I didn't know what to answer. It's usually over here, this one. Make it a lot thinner. Currently it doesn't have a blade. For it to have a blade, I have to make an inset. Hold on, let's make an inset. And then I can collapse the two over here. I can even delete this one. Align those, and yeah, that's a bladed tip. One minute. We might be short on that, guys. Like that. And do I just like glue it in? Is there something else? Is the top squished in too, like that? I feel like it should be, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is just like that. So I should make this guy smaller. Like so. Yeah, 40 seconds. I feel like this is good enough. They are welded together. There's arrowhead. Maybe if I pull this. Wait, what? Go down. Connect that. Connect there. If I pull it down a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better. Five seconds, yeah. I didn't manage to finish it. That's alright. Looks pretty good, and I can keep going another time. Let's save. Mark this guy as a gate, perhaps metal gate. What program is this? This is Blender. Version 2.8. It's in beta. It's gonna be officially released, I think, this week. Somewhere between, let me check, the 14th and the 19th. Blender is, I think, the only free 3D modeling software. It is open source, has a great community. Wow, has a great community. If you're interested in 3D art, I highly recommend you check it out. So you just changed the interface, what you mean? I just changed the interface. The theme is the same as the default 2.8. I also have 2.79 here. Must be the one you're using. Yeah, a lot of things has changed. Most of it is unpleasant, like this damn panel. You can see the Blender symbol there. The icons don't have colors anymore, and I hope those things will be changed for the official release. It is much faster now. We got a real-time engine, rendering engine that is Eve, so I can do this. And it doesn't render at all. If I was in Cycles. Hello? Oh yeah, I got the... I don't. Nice. You can see how laggy it is. That kind of stuff. Solid. Well, let's keep going. Let's spin the wheel again. And if you guys have any suggestions of stuff that is found in tombs, catacombs, dungeons, I would love to add it to the wheel and maybe model it. Let's go for another spin while I grab myself a drink. Good old lemon iced tea. A column. Now, what I had planned is not an actual column, but broken pieces of it. Perhaps making the full one is a good idea. Ah, delicious. Now, let's start the timer and get to it. We're here. Hey, LJ Jr., thank you for the follow and welcome to my dojo. We need to find some references. Uh, what was the names? I had to learn that for history class when I was in school. I think it's Corinthian. Corinthian columns. They had different styles of columns. And that one with the indentations, this is a 3D model. Made into a vector graphic? I don't know. That one. What are the types of columns? Types of columns. Or column styles. Here it is. Tuscan, Daerik, Tone, Ionic seems nice. Simpler than the Corinthian. And composite. Let's check the Ionic. Ionic column. 3D model. Wow. Someone beat me to it. Curve. That's just duplicating the object. That one's super easy to do. Ah, that's hard. I prefer to do a texture there. Go back to the Corinthian. Corinthian might just be impractical. Yeah, that's too detailed. Let's see the composite for reference to. Yeah. Alright, we are going for an Ionic column. And what I intend in making is the middle part and perhaps the top as two separate bits. And a broken version too. So let's get to it. First, we need a cylinder, and for that one I do need the high poly count of 32 vertices. Let me just center my mouse and the column here. Now it is supposed to be really big, so let's give you 1 meter by 1 meter. I need 2 loops over there, so I can select everyone here and do a bevel. Extrude ZX, nice. Do a bevel. No one does it once, huh? How do I make it rounder? Yeah, it only does it once. I got an idea. I can use the subdivision surface, and it should technically work. It should, in theory, work. And for that, I need as few loops as possible. Alright, with that, if I just scale it inside, yeah, everything is gonna go inside. So I gotta extrude and then go inside. Like that. And let's apply the subdivision and see what happens. Disaster. So that's not going according to plan. Let's see. If I add another loop here, same problem, right? Yeah. If I subdivide, move those, that one and that one. Come over here and then checker the select. Wait, what? Oh, there you go. But then I do the bevel. Also doesn't work. I would hope it would. I was hoping it would work. Damn. But this is better. Alright, if I do the... It doesn't really help. And this time I can actually bring them inside. Yes. Let me just check the reference real quick. Yeah, it's kind of like this. '96, '98, '98. Alright. It's making it slow. Increase the crease here. Come on. What's the quality of 1? And then if I do U2, what happens? What happens? No. That one. But not the top and bottom. Shift G length. Ah. Unfortunate. All of them have the same length. Let's see, perhaps. Direction is not gonna work. Face angles. Perfect. And increases the crease to 1. What happened? Wait, what? Return back to 0. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Why is that? Perhaps this is the problem? No. Ah, I think I know what it is. I need to close the shape. If I don't close the shape, it doesn't work. So that, face angles. Alright, that's manageable. These two, then crease, but that's... Huh. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Set it to 0. It doesn't even select that. Let's see. Let's create an edge in the middle, so I just have to do this once. No, that's not a good idea. Those, select those. Oh, hey Austin. Welcome back. Now I need to subdivide. Oh wow. Not what I had in mind. How do I make it rounder? I don't know how to make it rounder. Is it important? Kinda, yeah. If I triangulate everyone here. Hold on. Take those two, subdivide. Connect over there. Connect over there. Oh no. Okay, you go 0.1, 0.2, 0.15 over there. And you go 0.15 over here. Okay. everyone. It's deleted. Middle edge. Select those. Delete. Mirror. This edge. Clipping. Apply. Dissolve. There's an edge missing there. Is it? Alright. I hope that works. And then I do the spin. Where is the spin? Oh no, it used to be on that panel. Where is it now? Transform? No. Why? No. Is it? Where's the spin? Select. No. Oh god. Ctrl E, Ctrl F. I don't know. Austin, do you know where the spin tool is? I kinda need it. Right now. It wouldn't be here, right? They wouldn't. It must be over here. Maybe I need to have it selected? Ah, there it is. Yeah, I just had to. Assign a shortcut? No, but add to my quick favorites. Oh god. Yes, I want a full 260 here. Duplicate and 16, 32, 32. Nice. Perfect. Now I delete the duplicate one that's there. And then I just complete the faces manually. Hold on. Can I do this? I can't do this any faster. Or can I? Face angles. Length. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, gotta go one by one. Isn't there a fill? No. I don't think there is a way to do this any faster. Gotta go one by one. Not that it takes that long, it's just come on. If I had one with that face already, I would not have to be doing this. If I had spun one with the face. Yeah, typing it in the search would have been a good idea. – 40 seconds? Yeah, there's no way. Come on. Oh no. Alright, now I need to select those. Shift G, face angles. Wait, what? Ah! No! Face angles. Ah, dang it. 98 was it? Wait. Just doing everything together. Nice. S, Z. Yeah, it's just doing everything together. I gotta... Yeah, I shouldn't keep going after the time is up, but this is close to being done. And then also divide. Yeah, not quite. I just gotta select that face. Then subdivide. Select everyone here, over here. Nice, and now it should work. I do the same thing I did. G area, oh. Polygon sides, no. Perimeter, no. Co-planar, no. This isn't gonna work, is it? Face angles. Almost. See direction, length, everyone. Yeah, face angle is the closest one. Fine. Just gotta be careful not to move the ones I want. And then I'm gonna do a bevel on the remaining ones. Come on, what the? SS 095. There. Yeah. Perfect. Control I. And the only thing I don't want is those and those. Solid. Then I can do a bevel of 01, 005, 001, 002, 3. Yeah. Should everything smooth. Perfect. Now I just gotta... Oh, how's this gonna work? I don't have the add-on that makes... Oh, looks like it is automatic now. There's gotta be an easier way. Let's see. Face. Face, they're all connected. Delete only faces. Huh. And now it don't work. Now this one should work if I select these two and then length. No. Face angles, perhaps. Weird, should work. Huh. Fortunately, that went better than expected. But not the way I wanted. Dang. Okay, that's That's good enough for now. I'll fix it up later. Let me just create a ionic column here and save. Hide. Now let's spin the wheel again. Where's the wheel? Here it is. Gotta reset the timer too. Awesome. And spin. I am running out of suggestions. A 2.8 overall? What do you mean? Chains, nice. I'll watch it later, Austin. Or we can watch it on the stream. Let me see. Oops, it went on the wrong tab. Let me hide Blender here.
Machine Tools is a free collection of tools and pie menus to streamline Blender. Instead of forcing the user to manage dozens different add-ons, it comes as a single package. However, you can still pick and choose which tools or pie menus you actually want to activate. Machine Tools 0.3 runs on Blender 2.80 only. There are earlier versions on GitHub, but this new version has been completely overhauled. I won't spend any more time on the earlier versions, so I suggest you use this new version, if you are interested. The first thing I will do is activate and run the Customize tool. It adjusts various Blender settings and preferences to my liking. It picks the 2.7x keymap and further customizes this and skip the clicking completely once you remember where a specific mode is. There are two convenience features in the modes pie. First, the occlude pass-through toggle, which is useful to select through a mesh.
Pie menus, alright. I don't really like those. Don't know what you're doing here. More pie menus. More pie menus.
The default way to toggle the grid is quite cumbersome. Notice the
who even
underlined letters in
toggles
the
the
buttons,
grid?
which can be used to very quickly access these toggles. I just bring up the menu, followed by pressing G for the grid toggle. The wire toggle is used in the same way. I want to skip this one.
Hold on, let's read this stuff. Smart vertex manipulation, edge, quick geometry cleanup. Huh? What do you mean? Is it like remove doubles? Pie menus don't like those. Remove everything. Customize. Okay.
The theme, by the way, is a mashup of the Flatty Dark Blueberry theme and the R theme, with some additional changes.
I don't care about your theme. Your theme.
The first pie menu I'm activating is the Modes pie, mapped to the Tab key. It allows for quick switching to specific modes. It can also set the rotate around selection pref dynamically and only for object mode.
Yeah, I have a friend that loves pie menus, and he even made me fix a add-on he created. I mean, he contracted another programmer, but it wasn't updated
Press tab to
to
bring up the Modes pie and click on a mode to switch to.
Blender
You can be
2.8.
extremely fast
And this is actually very similar. I should probably send this to him. Thank you for showing to me, Austin. Where was I? Oh yeah. I was gonna spin the wheel. Oh, no, I already did. We selected chains. Music. Alright, good night, Junior. Thank you for stopping by. Hope to see you more often. Remove the wheel. Send that video to my friend. And start the timer. Alright, let's look for a reference. So we're looking for medieval dungeon chains. Yeah, like that. Let me separate that guy. That one seems a little too old. This is a 3D model. Is it? Feels like one. Yeah, it is. It definitely is by the shadow. Well, that's the one we're making. I have made chains before, and I made them quite efficient. It's just some planes and an awesome texture with alpha, so you can see it on both sides. So we can actually take those and use them. Now for that guy, that one I need to model right now. So it's basically a collar with space for a padlock and something to attach the chain to, and also I forgot the name now, but opening mechanism. Yeah, I will, don't worry. Oh yeah, now the music is in 720p. It's gonna freeze every 30 seconds because of the damn 60 FPS. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm making chains. Mesh, cylinder 32, that might actually be ideal. Now, are they for the hands or the neck? I feel like the hands are more appropriate. So let me try and measure the length, the perimeter of my own wrists and use that as a base. Alright, it is 18.5 centimeters long. The perimeter that is. And now there is a calculus with pi to convert it to radius, because that's what I need. I'm too bored to do the math. 18.5 centimeters to radius. Centimeters perimeter. Yeah, the circumference. Circumference is 18.5. So 3 centimeters is the radius. That means 6 centimeters wide. Understood? Let me bring back Blender here. Alright. So you are 0.06, 0.06, and how tall are you? I'm just gonna say 5? 0.05 centimeters tall. Smooth. Over here. Now select the top and bottom face and do an inset. That might be too big, but seems to be too tall also. Alright. And separating into 2 pieces. So let's delete half of it. What happened here? Wait. Yeah, those 2 were selected. Then we apply the mirror. And I gotta make sure the origin is over there. So cursor to selected, and then origin to 3D cursor. So then I can do... Wait, what? Oh, I gotta be based on the cursor. Gotta do this. And then I'll close them off later. Alright. Do we have any doubles? By the way, I just started a new anime from the current season. Is the something Tate no Yusha, the shield hero. It's quite good. I'm actually interested in looking at the manga. It's a guy that gets transported to another world that looks a lot like a video game. And it's the first episode, but I don't want to spoil. Something really bad happens, and now he has to level up and increase his strength, being the worst type of hero, having a shield as a weapon. He cannot use a sword or any other kind of weapon. He only has a shield. Okay, I gotta extrude this part, I think. And then I can fix it later with... I can fix it later with a texture. Maybe I should bring these two closer. Like that. And this one further away. Normal. There you go. Let's see, I gotta separate it slightly. Oops. Let's change it back to global now. And I am gonna need a new cylinder there. But this one doesn't need 32. You can probably do with 12, but I'm gonna use 16 for precaution. Just to be safe. And that's gonna be the rotating mechanism. Oh yeah, there's also that problem. Shade is smooth. Alright, that seems pretty good already. Then I add some rust, an iron texture. Oh, it is being duplicated. Let's separate it then, so I can remove the mirroring, and then I can select this face that's not seen. 5 minutes, check back the reference. Okay, I need to make a hole on that front part. I gotta do quite a few changes actually. Quite a few changes indeed. I'm gonna remove the vertices here. Close it off there. And then I'm gonna take those, duplicate, scale down, and do the thing I just did. Like so, but it is too thick. I just reduce that. And it is kind of tall still. Oops. Oh, that is the global. like so, and then I do a boolean there. Let me save. In fact, I don't really need that here. Those, I can make a texture. Yeah. Now we spawn in a new cylinder. Oops. Oh no, I can't Control Z the cursor. That's a shame. Let's spawn in a cylinder. 16 is fine. Okay, now to get it aligned. Oops. Separate. Media point. Wait, what? Like that. Shaded smooth. And oh, I don't have control minus. I gotta do it manually. Damn. So this one doesn't even need a mirror. I just have to do the boolean before said mirroring. I'll now change this into here. Viewport display. As wire. Alright. Didn't have that. And now I need somewhere to put on the chain. I feel like the back is the best place, right? But the side for the two arms, that's gonna work best. In fact. So, like over here? Let me just check. Yeah, kind of like here. Over here. I need to make a torus. And that's a little harder to determine. That's good. The online stuff, huh? Oh, see, it doesn't sound too useful. Oh boy, running out of time. Oh no, no, there. I'm gonna delete those, and then this one. Shade smooth. I am using the auto smooth, right? Yeah, so weird. By shade, make those sharp. I'm gonna make those two as well. Nice. And then the chain goes there. And it should be a little bit bigger, but the time is up. And that's what I made. Not bad, honestly. It's kind of good. Maybe reduce it just so slightly. There you go. Just so it is smooth. Oh, and it doesn't need a... It doesn't need the mirror. There you go. Wait, what? Oh, that was the boolean. Right. Save. No cheating, time's up. Oh, come on. You're right. Let me reset the timer and do another spin. Mark those as it's not quite changed. It's not color. It's like handcuffs, but not quite. I just call it chains. And hide. Let's see. There's my wheel, there it is. I might do all of them in one single stream. Oops. Yeah, flowers to honor the dead. Alright, that's one of the harder ones, but I'll manage. Let's start the timer and figure out what kind of flowers do you give the dead. Flowers for the dead. Is that a movie? What? A song. White flowers. These are orchids, I believe. Roses, white roses. Those are roses too, maybe tulips. I'm not a florist. I see yellow and white most prominently. It's not about the Dia de los Muertos. Flowers on a grave. Small bouquet. Bouquet? Bouquet? I think it's bouquet. Yellow, red, colorful, pink, red, colorful, yellow and white. I like that. That's pretty. Let's make that. Yeah. In fact, I've made some sakura flowers before, and they look very similar to the white one. The yellow is gonna be a challenge, but if I can find it, let me see. Is it here? Nature. No plants? Question mark? No groups, it seems. So, object. Tau Fescue. Maybe that's it. DMT is important. Then texture skull. What is this? Oh boy, I remember that. That was a tutorial I did from Gleba Alexandrov. I showed it on stream even. Doesn't seem to be here. The flower, maybe I threw it away. Like a dumbass. Yeah, it's definitely not here. Well, no time like the present, right? So let's start with a plane. And it should be quite small, but let's stay on this scale for now. Now that I think about it, I think a curve is gonna work more in my favor. This one, I want it to be on the cursor. There you go. Like that. Then we Only half, yes. Depth. It is reversed. How do I... Back? Front? F. Is there a way to... I don't think there is. -1? Aha! So that's good. I'm gonna remove the middle part. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can do. That. Oh, it is separate. Right. There you go. The bottom here is sharp. The rest is smoother. Let's turn on the proportional editing and try and scale. Gotta change to sharp. Like that, and same over here, but less. Like so. And now I re-add that part. Remove the proportional editing. Actually, get out. There you go. Return the proportional editing. Now I think the smooth might work better, not random. Like a leaf. Oops. Didn't work. It's losing that curvature, so let's leave it like this. Better go back to sharp. And now I can use the new edge to make a nice tip. Maybe if I just move it out like this. No, it's looking more like a leaf. Alright, and now I do the spin. Wait, where's the menu? Why do you force me to? Duplicates, 9 is too much. Do you remember this guy? Sea turtle. Hold on. I remember. I laughed my ass off. Fortunately, well, kinda unfortunate, the video quality is so low It's not funny. That face. Still gets me. Okay, now all of you need to get the fuck away from... Come on. Maybe individual edges, in origins, I mean. How do I send you guys away from each other? Move on the normal. Aha! Is there anything close to... Oh no, that one has 6! 6! That one did 5. Ah, it's fine. New plant, fantasy world. And any other kind of excuse. Oh boy, that's why you angled him out. Maybe this will work. Come on. Just because I duplicated it. Oh, of course, they are inverted. How much time do I have? 4 minutes. It's definitely not enough time to make the whole asset, but I can make one flower at least. If I take away like 3 on the top. Use proportional editing on smooth. Does that help? Maybe sharp. Same problem. Sphere? Question mark? It's not working. What do I do? You don't want to move away. Interesting, but not what I have in mind. Maybe this will do. Well, the outside definitely won't. Oh, I know. Why did I not think of that before? I just have to make some smaller than the others. Into geometry. Come on. It's not moving. I can't move it in the axis. Oh, right. Go now, set it to be the cursor. Now scale based on the cursor. scale it down, rotate a little bit. A little more random, but still, they are overlapping. I have an idea. If I delete the top. Oh, come on. If I can use just the bottom to kind of create kind of like a cocoon, like with roses, then it's not gonna show the overlapping leaves, I mean petals. But yeah, I failed to make a flower. Time's up. Time's up. Let's mark you as failed flower. Oh, come on. Flower. And pretend it never happened. Alright. One more. Spin the wheel. A bowl. I can do that in like 2 minutes. It's one of those little plates where to leave the offerings. Let's make it 4 so I can also look for references. So 4 minutes on the clock. Yeah, everything organic is hard to do. Anything organic. And start the timer. Alright, run! What is an offering bow? A grave offering bow. Okay, I wrote vow. Bow, thank you. Oh no, what did I click that? Like that, but made of wood. Medieval. Grave offering bow. Where's the music? Don't leave me hanging. Can't see anything. I'll go for memory. So I need to start with a sphere, funnily enough. Sphere. Make his move already. Bring it up. There you go. And we don't need most of this. I think at that point, gonna reduce that. Solid view. I need to apply the solidify modifier. The music, come on. Where's the solidify? I should probably add it to my big favorites so I can, yeah, solidify. 0.1. That actually works pretty well. But not quite. I marked that as sharp. Turn the autos move on. Let's apply the solidify. In fact, let's not. Let's apply the rotation and scale. Oh god, that's where it went. Select that part. Bring it down. I see, that's not gonna work. If I just dissolve it, dissolve this one too. Then select this guy, go up from there, and bring it down. Scale it up. Does that work? Not quite. 1 minute. Music. and scale that down like so. Mark as sharp. Perfect. And then we can make some cracks. Another important step is make sure this part is flat so the plate can actually stand. We can even do it like this so we save on a few polygons. Maybe even if just a couple. 1 minute remaining. What can I do? Maybe I should expand this just a little bit. Like that. Then I add a loop here. Like that. Awesome, that's looking good. But I feel like this should be smoother, like that. Yeah, pretty good. If I had a subdivision, I apply and then do the unsubdivide. It's a little smoother, and of course the bottom is not flat anymore. There you go. Oh, time's up. There you go. Very simple but effective. Got your bowl. Oh, your dimensions. What is your size? Like 20 by 20? So if you're 2 meters, I just scale it down by 1. And save. Alright, let me unhide everything. Oh my god. Everything we did. Try and showcase. The gate, flower, the column, there's more, the candle, which I made a high and a low poly model. I don't remember what that is. The bowl and something else. Yes. Oh right, the shackles. Ah, that's what that was the name. I forgot. Shackle. That's what I was trying to remember. All right, not a bad haul. Yeah.